What is up? Matthew Moore here for the EDM news for October 23rd, 2018. Before we get started, some of you guys have been asking me about my brand new mic in the comments. So this is the Samson G-Track Pro. As far as my purposes goes, this mic is an absolute beast just because of the fact that I can put it into cardioid mode for EDM news and then put it into Omni mode to catch the whole room during my first reactions. I'll just drop a link below for those that are interested in the mic. But let's move on to our first story of the week. REZZ dropped her anticipated mix, Nightmare on REZZ Street. The mix itself is about 13 songs, 30 minutes in length, and honestly, when I heard it was basically all throwaway tracks, I was a little bit disappointed, and that's just because I don't necessarily need any more REZZ in the form that she's currently in. I know what the favorites are and what her best songs are, and I just imagine the throwaways are more for a more diehard fan base and people that are gonna just consume anything REZZ related. However, the mix came with a really dope visual that was released on YouTube that I think gives like a whole new life, a whole new theme to the entire mix. So what I thought was initially going to be kind of an iffy mix of just throwaways is now kind of one of the cooler projects I've seen this year. So hopefully people that aren't already into REZZ and necessarily can't go see her live quite yet can maybe stumble upon the Nightmare on REZZ Street mix on YouTube and really get into the whole vibe from that. Speaking of Halloween news, R. Grimes is going to be dropping his yearly Halloween mix on October 26th. Red Trap is already freaking out. I'm fairly excited for it just because I think we're coming off the tails of a very solid album from R. Grimes, so I'm interested to see what the remixes are and just sort of what era he's going to be pushing on from the point of Nova. The major EDM event of this week was, of course, ADE in the Netherlands, and someone had a very special last performance, that being Hardwell, but culminated in a 2-hour mix that included a full-on orchestra, which is something I don't think he's ever done before, which ended with an emotional speech from the man himself, and he choked up a little bit, so there's some sincere emotions in that room, which I really appreciated. And there's a full video replay online, I think maybe on like Facebook video or something. I don't think it's on YouTube yet. However, you can check it out. It's full HD, really dope mix, and it's really just good to see Hardwell in his element one last time before he takes whatever break he wants. Another dope news, Stevie Aoki is now in the Smithsonian Museum in Washington, D.C. He joins people like DJ Master Flash in the museum, just sort of chronicling the eras of dance music. And I think while he's not necessarily my favorite person, and I think there's plenty of producers and DJs that everyone wants to be in the Smithsonian, I think as far as someone to characterize sort of the EDM boom and that crazy energy, especially some of his earlier stuff, throughout his time, maybe not now, but throughout his career, I think he's had enough impact to sort of warrant him being in the Smithsonian. So that's a very cool achievement, way cooler than making a pizza place. Legacy over pizza. And while Stevie Aoki is being put into the Smithsonian Museum, David Guetta is being dubbed from Nightline to be the grandfather of electronic dance music, which left a lot of people pretty outraged just because, you know, electronic dance music definitely existed before, 2004. But this isn't the first time that the media kind of screws up everything related to dance music. So this is why we exist, so we can represent our people, our culture, so we can represent all things electronic dance music in a proper fashion. As far as new music news, Mr. Carmack has released a track list for his debut album. It's gonna be 13 songs. Seems like it's gonna be pretty jazzy just from the fact that in the track list he also released instrumental features, so a lot of them are like saxophone, trombone. So definitely looking forward to that album. And then also Lido announced a follow-up to his IOU EP with IOU EP 2, except this time this EP is going to be released in theaters initially, so it's going to be a visual companion piece that you can watch with the album. So 2 projects I'm anticipating, 2 projects I really don't know what they're going to exactly be, but I'm excited to listen to both. Our boyo, Millennium, our future bass mans, is doing a fundraiser for the Suicide Prevention Lifeline, where if you make a 15 second, not 15 minutes, that'd be a very long time, 15 seconds of why you choose to stay positive and happy. NV Concepts, which I believe does dance music events, is going to donate $1 to the charity. So this is a very cool way to engage with your boy Millennium, because I'm sure he's going to be watching all the videos and then also raising money for a good cause. In closing, our last story, Porter Robinson celebrating the 2-year anniversary of his Shelter video with a couple concept art pieces that he posts on Twitter. If you're a big fan of the character direction, art direction, all that, you might find this really interesting. This has been your weekly EDM update. I hope you guys enjoyed the stories. Let me know what you guys thought about them below. See you guys next time.